What's up, folks? Welcome to a new video. I watched Ian Dale's cross question last night, something that I usually quite enjoy, but this episode was the worst I've ever seen. The guests just didn't give a shit about what they were there for and just ended up like a bloody playground argument between four 9-year-olds. It were absolutely sodding ridiculous. Here's just a snippet of what we were treated to.
Those of us that want to walk out and find a new relationship with the EU are finding the Lib Dems and other people hugging our legs.
Hang on a second.
Can I come back to the original
we'll come on to that in a bit.
We need to get it done so that we can talk about the future.
But hang on. A text from Paul who said, Ian, the under 21-year-olds you had on last Monday's panel were much better behaved than this shower. just as a little bit of warning for the rest of the programme. Right. We can just sort of cut down all the cutting in.
You'd have thought after Ian intervened that maybe that it'd start behaving a little bit better. Wrong.
Sign a treaty when we're on our knees, when we've been cornered, was never a good idea.
Which is why
we had to leave first and then negotiate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I just say, can we just agree that if you all talk together, the listeners at home cannot understand a word anybody's saying?
The only person who
hang on, Dennis.
I'm sorry about trade. Dennis, we started talking about trade, which is important. It's clearly important.
Let me explain.
No, it's clearly important.
Let me explain.
Let me 45 minutes left. I was going to say,
Dennis.
Just leaving the political institution.
That Labour tosser, Dennis McShane, he was a perfect example of the Labour of today. Trigger words and absolute nonsensical ramblings. He was bloody embarrassing.
No, that's completely wrong because that's covered in the withdrawal agreement.
It isn't, my dear.
It is.
The withdrawal agreement covers three things. The money we owe, which nobody really disputed, a little bit of niggling. We're not going to be unkind to European citizens living in this country now, but if they want to bring in a relative, or if any more want to come in and work,
that's what happens when you're an independent state. But the withdrawal agreement covers citizens' rights.
No, it doesn't.
It does. I mean, I don't know how you can not know that.
It even gives the ECJ
Ian, it covers
jurisdiction over citizens' rights for years after we leave.
Hang on a second, Ed Davey, you're on the same side broadly as Dennis McShane in this. You would accept that it covers citizens' rights, wouldn't you? The withdrawal agreement.
It does cover citizens' rights.
The withdrawal agreement only covers three things, apparently. The money we owe, being mean to European citizens, and he couldn't waffle on long enough for the third before Ian finally shut him the fuck up, thankfully. It did get the chance to waffle on a bit later on, though.
Can I ask you a question, Dennis? Which country has the highest inward investment in the European Union?
Which country has got the highest
inward investment? Yeah, other countries investing in it.
Oh, crumbs! We've got every bit of Russian money, Saudi money. Money flows into the city. We are the hot capital.
But you seem to think that will all go.
No, I'm talking about manufacturing money that creates jobs, not money that creates fees for lawyers.
So we still have more than any other country.
We will always have, as long as we have the city we have, with the lax rules we have.
Oh, come on.
We allow the Russian gentlemen, I say no more than that, to operate in London as they do around Putin. Of course we're going to get that funding.
But Dennis, we've also...
The Russians, they're everywhere. They're funding bots, they're funding Brexit, they're propping up London with the financial sector. This is despite the UK's economy being almost double the size of Russia's. They're propping up everything here, apparently. Tit. Can you guess who else was to blame besides the Russians?
Can defeat Donald Trump's friend as Prime Minister. Boris Johnson doesn't give a toss about the union. She went full Farage, and then she was spat out and thrown into the dustbin of history by, of course, the real Farage man in the Commons, Boris Johnson. They have to do what Nigel Farage and Boris Johnson
patronising.
I think Boris Johnson has, and Nigel has, and Trump has, Boris and
I know.
Nigel,
well, Trump says a lot of things, and he's very...
Everything's a far-right populist conspiracy with this bloody idiot. Where do Labour keep pulling these utter wankers from? Well, he was Minister for Europe, to be fair, and guess which constituency he was MP for until 2012 when he resigned? Rotherham. He was also part of the expenses scandal. He got charged with false accounting and sentenced to 6 months in prison under the Theft Act 1968 after being involved in the creation of nearly £13,000 worth of fake receipts. He's also a firm believer of that kinder, gentler politics too. The only thing good about Brexit he could think of was this bollocks about Nigel Farage's health.
Putting aside your affiliations on this, can you actually think of any benefit from Brexit whatsoever? Just one small thing. Dennis, can you think of anything?
Yes, I think I'm very worried about Nigel Farage's health. He's looking much more drawn.
Seriously.
He'll now be able to retire.
Seriously.
After 20 years.
Is that seriously your answer?
What a bloody tosser. Anyway, that's it from me today. If you did like the video, folks, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications. Take care, folks.